Now then, people, and welcome back to the Just Joe Football Show. And finally, yes, finally.
Finally! Finally! Finally!
We have something we can be positive about. Because this week, as Leeds United weeks goes, even the last 24 to 48 hours has been pretty brute. Like the Joe Rodon signing sort of like gone massively under the radar because of how much of a shit show it's been. And that's not at the club. Let me just qualify that. That's basically snaky, ratty players and Premier League clubs having the clout to be able to pull players away from us. But one player that has decided to join Leeds United is, of course, Joe Rodon. And I think it's a really astute signing. I think it's a really smart signing for the Championship. And when my man Andrea Russo rubber stamps it with the certified yes,
I really want Joe Rodon.
Then for me, it's all good. Listen, we're going to get into it again. I want to thank you all. 22k yesterday and rising. It won't be long before we're on 25. Genuinely, it's insane the amount of support. Thank you so much for all the love and support over the last couple of weeks. If you haven't already, check out White Rose Rivals. There'll be something dropping tomorrow as well. And of course, we'll be previewing the Birmingham game tomorrow night as well. So yeah, make sure you've got your notification bell smashed and let's get into it.
I don't
care. It's 1-0. We're fucking down. 13th in the Championship. The takeover happened as I said it would. People will be. Oh, when have we got Leeds? So, folks, Leeds United are delighted, and I'm feeling delighted as well, to announce that Joe Rodon has come to Leeds United on a season-long loan. There is no obligation, there is no option. It literally is just a loan. So if Leeds United were to get promoted, they would need to renegotiate that deal. That might be something Leeds United have signed off on. They might be looking at saying, look, if we did get promoted, would we really want Joe Rodon as starting centre-back? Maybe not. We'll send him back to the football club. I'm not saying he doesn't have the capabilities to be a Premier League centre-back, but it didn't go well for him at Spurs. And I feel that with this current ownership, they might be a little bit more savvy with stuff like that. And please, I can hear it now. Oh, we don't want another Ben White saga. It really, really frustrates me. We have to recognise where we are as a football club. I don't care taking a player from a top six side on a loan that's going to improve this club, even if it is there for a season. Ben White came in and got us to the Championship. He was a massive, massive part of that. I'll never forget his debut. Absolute Cruyff turn on Jeju and then spun the ball out on the left. And I was like, yeah, this guy can play. Gutted he went back to Brighton and now he's playing at Arsenal. But fast forward 12 months, I was getting stick left, right and centre saying, forget about Conor Gallagher being alone, and everyone going, no, we wanted an obligation. We wanted a permanent. That's why he didn't come. It was Codswallop. He wanted to go to Palace because he wanted to work under Vieira and probably stay down south. But ultimately, people sniffed their noses up at that. And he went on to have an unreal season at Palace, be their best player. We've seen what happened after he left. They were just not the same team, and ultimately Patrick Vieira got the sack, and now he's at Chelsea. I'm sorry, lads. I had to. You know, if we'd have got him that season under Bielsa, I genuinely think he could have had that much of an impact that we might not have even entered into a relegation battle. So the whole case in point of that is basically don't sniff your nose up on any player, even if it only is for a season and he goes back to his parent club. If it improves you at the here and now, that's all that matters. It's the same with the Daniel Farke sticker when people were saying, yeah, but he can't do it in the Prem. Guess what, folks? We're not a Premier League team. We've seen that with Max Aarons choosing to go to the South Coast and Bournemouth instead of coming to Leeds United. And if we're being honest, in terms of stature, Leeds United dwarfs Bournemouth, but ultimately, they've got the pull of the Premier League. The great thing to remember though on this Joe Rodon signing is, of course, he has experience at this level as well. Welsh born and bred, played for the Wales international side, but more importantly has played for Swansea in this division. And after a couple of good seasons at Swansea, obviously got that move to Tottenham Hotspur. Bit of a mad one, didn't really get much of a chance there, but Jose Mourinho clearly seen something in him. You don't sign a player on a 5-year deal if you don't think they've got a bit about them. But more recently, he spent time on loan in Rennes, in Ligue 1, where he made 22 appearances and also helped them reach the knockout stages of the Europa League. And look, say what you want about Ligue 1, I think it's a bit of a farmer's league if I'm being totally honest. But that Rennes side finished 4th in Ligue 1. Which ain't bad for Joe Rodon to be involved within that setup with players like Martin Terrier, etc. So I think personally, it's quite a pull for Leeds United, much like the Ampadu one is, which moves me on nicely to Wales, because to be fair, we've literally gone from being soccer ball to Pel Droed, which I think, if my dialect's right, is Welsh for football. One word I definitely do know, though, is Borada, which means good morning. So if you're watching this in the morning, smashed it.
Yeah. Oh, fucking twat.
But look, Joe Rodon links up with his Welsh counterparts in Dan James and, of course, the best number 6 in the league, Ethan Ampadu. And ultimately, Joe Rodon isn't just a bit part player like, say, Tyler Roberts was at the international stage. He was at the heart of the defence that helped Wales qualify for Euro 2020 and coincidentally helped them make history when they qualified for the World Cup. We all know how their World Cup went, but even just to get there in the first place for a country like Wales is decent.
Strike! No! Yes! The Iranians have scored! It's 1-0 to Iran on the 98th minute.
Sorry, Wales fans, I had to just stick that in there. Bit of banter in that. Don't hate me. Big up John Charles. No, but look, all joking aside, capped 37 times for Wales, physical, can pass the ball, can progress it really well as well, which, you know, we need at right centre-back. We've seen Charlie Creswell doing that at the weekend. What does that mean for Charlie? It remains to be seen. I think for me, you put someone of Joe Rodon's quality and experience straight into the starting lineup. And of course, Charlie Creswell still needs time to grow. But this is a really, really smart acquisition and one that was definitely needed. And it's been done in time, which means he can play at the weekend against Birmingham City. And I think you throw him straight in there because we've already seen with Byram's 2 45-minute appearances, we just improve immensely when he's in the side. Second half SC at the minute. So if you put Rodon in there, I've got to the point now where it's not even stylistically, it's not even the manager, it's basically the players at this point that are conceding goals for fun, and it needs freshening up, and Joe Rodon definitely does that. And look, Joe's saying all the right things, which is more than can be said for the absolute turncoat that is Willie Gnonto. Oh, this guy's twerking left, right and centre for Sean Dyche. Look, I don't want to get bogged down on it, but yes, look, he's refused to play. Daniel Farker said he's going to train, etc. But I reckon that deal will be signed, sealed, delivered before the weekend. Everton and him don't want to risk him getting injured. I think Somerville getting injured probably put the ships up Gnonto, and he's gone, yeah, I don't want to play no more. But anyway, listen, like I said, I don't want to get bogged down in it. Let's get back to Joe. He's saying all the right things.
I know the history of the club, and you know it's a massive club, and I can't wait to get started. And yeah, just really excited for the season ahead. And
look, without sounding peak David Moyes, I don't mind a large group of UK-based players, especially in this division. It's hard, man, and these guys know all about it. Let's just hope he goes straight into the starting lineup and Leeds United can pick their first 3 points up of the season on Saturday against Birmingham City down at St Andrews. I will have an opposition preview out in the morning and, of course, the big match preview live Friday night at 9 o'clock, so make sure you join us for that action-packed Friday for you. But I'll leave it at that. Listen, positives. Joe Rodon has signed for Leeds United. We have another in the door. That takes us up to 6. Thank you, 49ers. And yeah, we move on to the next one now. Which position will it be? Will it be a fullback? Will it be a midfielder? Or will it be the centre forward that we so dearly crave? Listen, I'll leave it there. Smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, get your comments in, and of course hit that notification bell. I'll see you in a bit.